No visitors here, so I've got to go. It's my entertainment. You either watch videos or you make videos, or I listen too when I get tired of there ain't nothing to watch. I just listen to music. I get more done at home when I listen to music. But I had posted on my friends the Fenn Treasure Hunters group the copies of a picture of Jenny's site where it says success is an omnipotent guru. That's what Forrest Fenn said. Okay, and I posted a picture of the page from Once Upon a While where he's talking about Moses, and he calls Leo Salazar some kind of omnipotent religious guru. Now, a lot of people, there's the Forrest Fenn learning curve thing, And one big part of the learning curve that you'll have no chance at all ever finding it, don't even think about it, if you have no comprehension. If you can't comprehend what he's telling you in plain sight, that, I get this so I can show you. Get that out of the way. It says there, weekly words from Forrest Fenn. Success is an omnipotent guru. Forrest. I didn't write that. Jenny Kyle did. Okay? And then in the book here, Leo said, as he spoke like some kind of omnipotent religious guru. Boom. Leo Salazar is the guru. Duh. And the successful person will know where the model for Moses was. It's not Moses, it's Thoth, actually, but it's Moses as far as the statue, and it is in Forrest maybe didn't figure out that hey, that's Thoth, because that scene is described in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, which Forrest has a copy of that. Right, Forrest? You got it. Forrest has one of my little emerald tablets. But it's just that people, if you can't comprehend, here he says success is an omnipotent guru, and the only place in the book that he uses omnipotent guru is the story about Moses and Leo Salazar, who carved a perfect likeness of the one that's in nature. Okay? Now, there's one way to teach somebody is to show it to them in plain sight. Hey, it says this here, and it says that here too. This is what that is referencing, and people go, "Oh, well, Bill Gorman said it, so I'm just gonna, shit it out my ass and forget he ever said it," And I got some notes from. Do I run out of stuff? Yeah, when I run out of stuff, I got little notes here like about DeCall's hat. That hat holds a lot of shit, and it just pours out constantly. And he's on there, and he's talking shit like he's oh, I know, I'm the expert, I know everything, and he don't know shit. And really old, what's his name? Sean keeps inviting him. Oh, well, I don't want to do videos unless I have DeCall on the video. Well, DeCall's the one that called me all them vile names, accused me of abusing children and women and stuff. He's full of shit. My grandkids will beat him up. Pull some ninja shit on that little asshole. You have the right to get over it. Yeah, well, Yeah, well, not when it keeps, rubbing it. You put the video with the call on there, just rub it in my face, okay? And and uh, and then bring Dale in, Dale Neitzel, the guy that rigged the votes for the T-shirt contest. You know, Michael Hull knows that he was on to my thing in his thing about art, and it is the picture tells 1,000 words. You have proven to be stronger than bullshit. Well, what I have is much better than his bullshit, and there's no. They were talking about. He was talking about confidence and stuff. Forrest said to be a confident person, it'll go straight to it. That's because the person is going to have the promissory note telling them where to go pick it up, because they've solved the puzzle and found all these stories on the canyon walls, and the rest of the searchers are in complete denial. Bill Gorman, how could he have done it? How could he have done it? He's wrong. He's wrong. He's wrong. Yeah, Forrest said, I know. What's his Rockwell didn't. Oh, I didn't know Rockwell did that. I thought Fred Flintstone did it 14,000 years ago. Rockwell just copied him. You know, these guys come up vacation in the mountain. They see that scene painted on the canyon wall, and then they go and put it on the cover of the magazine and say, "Look what I did." Well, I've got a whole lot of art, a whole lot of scenes and things that I wouldn't have thought of until I seen it. When you see it, then I can paint that. Well, I'm not a good painter. I have to do it with the computer, guy. I even got all these rocks I plan on shaping and stuff, but I don't have enough electricity to do much with it. But I did find this. This is it's a pointed. I think it's an arrowhead. Maybe one corner is chipped off or something, but I think it was, because it's sharp on the tip, and you could string that on a stick and kill a bird with it. So I don't know. I'd have to show it to Forrest and see if he thinks it's an arrowhead. And the thing is, like even glass, if you glass on the beach and you find it years later and there's no sharp edges on it, this has been there a long time and some of the sharpness is rubbed off. But I think it might be an arrowhead. I'm pretty sure it is. See, there's a... But I'm fighting with these damn... This court in Alamosa, they got criminals working there. I mean, they don't even send... You go to court, and the judge says the fine is this much, and the court never gives you a statement of, okay, the fine is $100, and they gave me a list. They piled on another $100 and something in DNA tests and late fees and shit. All this shit going on while I'm still in the court. They added on a late fee while it was in appeals court. Like I'm supposed to pay this thing while I'm appealing it, and that's bullshit. And then you call them up and call them out on their errors, and they don't give a shit because there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. The only thing I can do is sue them in federal court, because, and that will get their attention. Then I'll be able to, push it back. But meanwhile, they're just government's total assholes. They don't give a shit about your rights. Hey, man in the barn, have you seen Man on the Rope? Out by the hanging tree. Oh, my tea's empty. I usually mean to have it full before I start. But I was working on making a video on my computer, and then the power goes off, and it turns off my external drives that the videos are on. And then so there's a lot of issues when you don't have steady electricity, and and we got a 45.4 mile an hour wind, and it's currently 29, but it was like 45 and 37, and I was, whoa. And I have my solar panel up on a tilt-up thing that rotates and all that. But the sun's getting high enough that I just decided, well, it's getting windy, so I'm just lay it flat and strap it down. So I did. And I could take you outside and show you some wind. Here we go. Go outside and see some wind. I probably have to go around the back side of the AC to keep it from howling on the... It's hard to open the door even. Wind did that. See, that thing's hauling ass. The video will show it as fast as it's going, but it'll take your head off. Oh, Jack. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Yeah. She's a good dog. You see my solar panel ain't sticking up because I got it laying flat. Now I go back. Here's my stick man over there. He's the security guard here on the what do you call this? The high valley. It's a high valley. It's not a plateau. There's plateaus on the hills down there. But this is see Mount Blanca over there. And there's some storm clouds up the north end of the valley. Looks like it's getting some rain. But I'm in the sunshine. Hadn't rained or snowed here for a week or so. But there's rain and snow up in my search area. And I go out here and search for rocks. Well, I search for rocks. While I'm picking up the crystals and rocks that are out here, I look for arrowheads too. And all I find is, you know, arrowhead-shaped rocks. No real arrowhead. This rock here. This one looks cool because it's kind of the green with red in it. It's a jasper, you know, because I'm going to make mosaics separate the rocks into colors and then make a design and fill them in with the different colored rocks. But I know it's windy and noisy on the phone, so I'm going to go back inside. See, that's how close I am to Mount Blanca. If I spit up in the air, it might land on a mountain. But I've taken... we'll go out to my shed for a bit. I'll cut the speaker part here. All this wire stuff, all the wire stuff, and there's these two like doors for some chicken coop pen or something. All this, I moved it all over to here. And this is a pile of wires, coils and stuff. I put it all there on top of the barbed wire, trying to keep Jack from getting injured by it. And I'm making plans for it here. I don't know what. I gotta get a roof on here when it's not wind. It's windy like most days, and some days someday you might get a break from the wind. There, I got light. What's the home of Brown? Well, everything's double, so there's two homes of Brown. The one over by where Warm Waters Halt and the Gypsies is David Jennings Brown. He owned Bootjack Ranch, 3,500 acres of national forest, which Forrest said anybody only deserves 2.086 acres. I've got 5, but it's not national forest. You know? Eh. The thrill of the chase. This. And I saw somebody talking about Skippy's car. This is it. That is it. It was in the wood. You had to be brave you had to be brave to ride in that car with Skippy. And it was worth the cold because they walked home barefoot and soaking wet because they landed in the creek. Now, come on. You know? And the other cold is worth the cold. Is the cold weight, because he said this is it's in his will. The word will is hidden. It said there'll be no paddle up your creek. There's a will. And so you keep looking, and he says, well, if you found the blaze, look down your quest to cease. Well, the blaze, Moses is a damn blaze at the burning bush, where the hand of God burned his commandments into the tablet. I said, I gotta get a tripod set up and set the. I gotta get some of them green sheets from Dollar Tree and do that whole wall back there with like green screen, and make this my little Forrest Fenn fanatic studio. Double Blazes University. But this is a good little shelter from the wind anyhow. I thought it'd be a good place to start. Dig a hole. And I'm going to walk back over to the RV, I guess, because it's probably too windy for this thing still. See, it has a big pile of wires and fence wire, and I got a roll of it there. This is just windy as hell out here. Yeah, I'm watching that. Ooh! See, I stepped right there, and my foot went down a hole. There's a rabbit hole underneath there. And I just caved it in, just walking across my path here. So I picked up a bunch of that trash from here. Over, I had his wires were all over the place, and I'm trying to accumulate them in that one spot. I probably wrapped that shed with all that wire and then stucco it all together. That thing's falling. The wires, the strings on the opposite side are loose because these are all pulled. Maybe after the video I'll go up there and I'll tighten up the ones on the other side. But when you do that, you got to look real low and stuff, and because that thing's scary out there. It's just a blur for me, but you're seeing the blades. I can't see the blades. They're just a white blur. I think it's a retaliation for the saying it's not New Mexico. It's not New Mexico. It's here in Colorado. Or the solution's in Colorado. Why would his car end up at the Museum of Nature and Science if it's not in Colorado? If it was in New Mexico, it'd end up at the Albuquerque or Santa Fe Museum or something like that. Colorado, because these ancient ruins of Atlantis are here in Colorado. If the ancient archaeology he found was in Wyoming, then Wyoming would be the museum with the place it shows up. And think of the big picture. You're thinking of IMAX is the big picture, and IMAX that sketch in the book is the thing with the pictures and the frames around it are the Denver Museum. Man, my book is falling. The binding's falling apart, Forrest. It's almost to the point where pages might fall out. Except, I do end up with the treasure in this one, my book with my highlights and notes and all that in there. It'll be worth a lot of money. The guy who carved. Don't you know the guy who carved it is proud? The Rosetta Stone he's talking about. Don't you know the guy that carved all this stuff I found is proud of himself? Flipping bill. Yeah, there's a double blaze. His father he's busy lighting candles, and some of them at both ends. When he says some of them at both ends, that means more than one of them. That means more than two of them, probably. Some. If it was a couple, he lighted a couple of them at both. No, some of them at both ends. So, some of the candles have two blazes. Candle. So maybe the pullouts where you stop and you take pictures of stuff and all that. Maybe that's the candle, and the blazes are how many can I see from this spot. But there's more than two blazes. The thing is to figure out which one is the blaze, which is the stout-hearted men. Oh, this is the one I was going to tell you. The black lines drawn around this are the outline of the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. This black line, which is the frame. And the frames are made of wood. What's in the wood? Pictures, art are in the wood. Art is in the wood. Why is it that... I mean, I've never seen any other vlogger suggest that art is in wood frames. Not one. Not one. And that's completely due to stupidity. Stupidity and ignorance. Bill Gorman said that art is in wood frames. And Bill Gorman is wrong. I'm right. Bill Gorman's wrong. He can't have it all right. Sean, I don't know what's wrong with you. Why you can't see what's obvious? Why they can't see it? Cody, the Buffalo Bill Center is a museum. Yeah, I've been there. I went to the Buffalo Bill Center in 2004. Got all kinds of 3D pictures. I took hundreds of pictures in there. I took a whole bunch of 3D pictures because I was playing around. I had two cameras on a stick, and I'd push the shutters at the same time to get a 3D picture. Sometimes wood is canvas. Yeah. It's Mona Lisa's painted on a board. So is my my picture that I showed you of my cousin, General Ephraim Hinman. That painting I have is on a wood board. They didn't have canvas. They used wood boards, and now they paint stuff on old barn boards and stuff. Art is on wood. Wood, you can make art with wood. You know, think of all the wood. Eric Sloan said wood is art. Right in here. Perpetual modernism, measure of merit in every work of art. He's talking about a work of art. Up here, he's talking in every work of art. The wood is art. American woods. Radial section of typical American wood. Radial section of typical American woods. What is wood? Look at here. Here's a bunch of wood grains. Wood grains because it's art. You know, and people get the wood grain on the walls with wood grain and stuff, and they're, oh, look, isn't that a beautiful knot and stuff like that, you know, because it's art. They get cold is another key clue. Yeah, cold. It's cold-hearted. You know, oh, you already found it, but you can't have it until after I pass away, and it'll be in the title will be given to you in my will, and then you can go pick it up with the promissory note. You know, that's why is Forrest. He's retracted. Well, it's all, you know. The guy's figured it out. I'm just, you know, it's just waiting for the end of his rainbow. What's the end of the end of his rainbow? Is the end of his life. The beginning of his rainbow was his birth. There's multiple layers. So the beginning is that, and the beginning. Well, he says the poem will lead to the end of his rainbow. If it's going to lead to the end of his rainbow, it had to start at the beginning of the rainbow, and the one where warm waters halt, there's a rainbow one there. But the thing is, there's two where warm waters halts, and which one is it? You know, it's one of the two, because you can get to the home of Brown from either one of them. Except one, you take the canyon down; the other one, you're kind of going upstream to get there. So up means down means up, and up means down, and everything's backwards. And he's using smoke and mirrors. But when he calls Leo Salazar an omnipotent guru, and he says success is an omnipotent guru, you need to know what Leo Salazar knew, and that's where Moses got the tablet from the burning hand of God and the burning bush, the blaze. Except you find this blaze, and then you realize, okay, it's a blaze, it's on fire. The fire escape, you got to go down the fire escape and 2 blocks down to another location. That's how it goes. You find each of these symbols of his that he's mentioning, that are stories of his that are on the rocks. The story of the carving of Moses is on the rock. That's because that's where the model was for the one that Leo carved out of wood. The original was rock. The blaze is blaze art. Go in a gallery. Each painting is a blaze. Look at it that way. It's in wood frames. It's in the wood. Art is in the wood. And if you see art in the wood grains, then you're going into that pareidolia world, they call it. But when you find ash stuff, that's like somebody finding Michelangelo statue, you know, the statue of David at the bottom of some lagoon or something. And because it's all covered in moss, I can't recognize. I don't know what the fuck that is. And once they clean, oh, it's a statue, you know, because people didn't have the imagination to see the dirt and the erosion stuff on top of it before or something, you know. And they have, Gorman can't be wrong, so fuck him and everything he says, you know. And basically all these other tubers, and I've seen some new people coming on, and you know, they don't realize that, hey, there's a guy who's got it all nailed down, and it's not really a good, you know, because I understand that I've told you where that home of Brown is, and I know how much work it is to get from there to where the treasure is, and I know that you can't do it in the time, you know, before the end of this summer or the end of next summer, because one thing, you lack the imagination to see this stuff, for one, and to gain that ability to see it and then identify each of the ones, or find where they are out of a range of mountains, that these things are peppered over the mountain, sprinkled his pepper around to conceal himself. So there's blazes all over. Peppered. If I shot a jalapeno pepper, is that a blaze? The blazes are the peppers. It's the spice in the chase. And I could just play with these words all day long like Forrest does. Forrest knows what I'm talking about. Most people don't. I went for a 4-hour art walk today, which I could show you what I found. Cool. I go up to the Santa Fe Art Walk in Denver. They have an art walk on Santa Fe Avenue. Hickory Collar, Seasoned Searcher. Yeah, seasoned. I'm the seasoned searcher. Yeah, they like that pizza, frozen pizza you get at the store. I'm that seasoned searcher on that pizza that you put in the oven you forgot about, and I'm just totally burned out on it. Where is that? What Eric said in here? I thought there was a one-page little quote, author's note. It goes on to pages. Answer books. I don't want to read it all. But yeah, he talks about art being wood, and the craftsmen that that made that handle. They would buy the saw blade from the from the from the blacksmith, and then they had to create their own handle that fit their hand. It was an art. It's an art to make wooden things. The space shuttle is a piece of art. An architect, the building, an architect. If they didn't want to be artistic, it would all just be square blocks. Nothing artistic, nothing fancy, nothing appealing to it. And yeah, I've got another Eric Sloan book here. I think it's up on my counter here. I can't. This arm. I better put a sling on it. And I thought, what better sling than a Nikon? It works as a sling too. So I got to rest this arm. It's hurting. I went up on the roof, and I mostly used my left arm for getting up the ladder and stuff. And I try to use the right, and it's like, ow. don't. But I got up there and down with just one arm. And I secured that thing. That wind generator, I'm curious how much wind my guy wire system of paracord for guy wires. I'm wondering how long that will last. Hickory. Who dreams about searching more things around the trove? The area. That's the other thing. I'm searching. I'm gone beyond. I've got all my targets in the search area, and I have my target for stout-hearted men. I could show you how I know it. The stout-hearted men one. I know where, but there's still a lot of snow there because it is in a canyon. And canyons don't get a lot of sunlight, so it takes longer for that snow to melt. And there it is. I'll get the other one open too, so I can switch one to the other. Doc, it hurts when I do this. Well, don't do that. Yeah. Yeah, I want to use my arm. You know, I got my hand and my fingers are the numbness. They need to just make that plane block last forever for me to just rest it. There, that one. And I want this one too, just for fun. And this one. Boop. So, the old Yosemite rock climber, leave no trace. Yeah. We used to, when I was in high school, we went up to Yosemite in the middle of the night, you know, because the guard gate, there's nobody there. You just drive in, and because we were going to camp, you know, grab a campsite and leave before the ranger shows up in the morning. You know, we did. That's what you do when you're in high school, you know. The doctor said the cat had a case of curiosity. Yeah, but we go up there to Yosemite in the middle of the night, and when we drive by and there's somebody with their camper on the side of the road, we throw an M80 out the window, kaboom! Wake them up. 2 in the morning. Here's get that cord away. These cords for the phone. I guess I got the better one on here. But you see, there's two drawings with campfires: the gypsies and the stout-hearted men. And you know, this is all men, this is all women. This positive and negative, the beginning and the end, and the burning the candle at both ends is these two blazes. These are the important blazes. His stories are on the canyon walls. The gypsies are near David Jennings Brown's ranch, and these guys, they are at the other end of the rainbow. You see, I put the rainbow on there too. But you see, look at what I did with this. On Zazzle, you can get a keyboard. You can get a keyboard with double blazes. Except they're out of stock, but I still created it. But that's cool with the keyboard. But this guy sitting here. Oh, there's my. See, you can get it on a white shirt. So I do. The background's transparent, so where it's just white around the design is, yeah. So it could go on a white shirt, a yellow. You can change color shirts or whatever. You were just starting and motivated and how everything is coming together. Oh, everything's together. So his drawing here, you know, things he covets. He gave his wife thinks that this is hers, but it's still his. He says it's still his. You know, she thinks it's hers. You know, oh, there's somebody else back in there. You see, that's what. But here you have a girl laying on top of this thing, and a boy climbing up over the side, and they're almost, you know, like nose to nose, about to kiss, right? But over next to Treasure Falls is this thing here on the rocks, and here's the girl climbing up and the boy laying on top, and they're nose to nose about to kiss. That's the mirror image of this other one. When you're looking at smut. That's out of Forrest Fenn's book. The girl's name is Indulgence. And what's he, Adventure? But, so, and then, yeah, see, he's laying there, and his pants are dark because he went down the fire escape. You know? And here he is. That's him right there. There's his feet and his legs and his head, and he's looking up at the stars. Boy, that wind's doing 37 miles an hour right now. This place is rocking. But you see, it's just a mirror. This guy is mirrored. Like, what's his name again? The guy that did Rockwell art. How is his name Rockwell? Because he got his art off of the rocks. Okay, so but I see. I put the elephant up there in the tree. So he's laying there. There's the thinking elephant. Because I can laugh at all the other searchers because I've gotten this far. Forrest said, ring the bell loudly. I'm ringing the bell, Forrest. and you see the other guys here in the rocks. There's, there's faces all, and there's guys climbing on. There's another guy's head and his arm coming here, and there's a guy climbing up, and there's his feet down here. So, I don't know. How can I? You cannot make somebody learn the truth if they are hardcore on the negative and the other stuff. They brought up the he did his video on the confirmation bias, and that there can't the only real confirmation is the treasure. Well, and somebody said, "Oh, let me take you to court. If you had, could you prove that in a court of law that these are the real blazes and all?" Not until after Forrest has passed away and his will is read. Then I can prove it, okay? And the thing is, Forrest wants to see the interaction, all the negativity, all the people that say, oh, Bill Gorman's wrong. Bill Gorman's wrong. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's seeing shapes in rocks that aren't there. I showed you one that's I mean, if you can't see that guy laying on top of that rock there, that rock laying on top of the rock, and see that that's the human figure, the same guy that's laying in his drawing, get out of the chase. You don't belong here. You have no chance. I took the picture a year ago, and did not see it until January or February. Oh shit! There's the stout-hearted men. I've been wondering where the hell they were, And once I found him there, I was able to tie it with the stout-hearted men. There's a fire there. The gypsies. There's a fire there. They're at either end of the rainbow. They're both ends of the rainbow. I found the beginning and I found the end. It's over. It's over. I'm just waiting for the title that will come in his will. His will is mentioned twice in the poem. The will is mentioned. And I saw something else yesterday that the will was mentioned. Do you see things in rocks that are not there, but you have incredible, and some of your clues are revolutionary. Someday the truth will be known. This you try and control the phone to bring up the and go, oh, you want me to minimize? No, I don't want you to minimize. Stupid phone. They call it a smartphone, but it's one of the dumbest contraptions ever invented. Yeah. These are. It goes from the gypsy. I can open up the gypsies too, and show you. Shit, where they're way down here. So I found them a long time. I found them 2 years ago or so. Because it's at the Warm Waters Halt then. And where do Warm Waters Halt? If it starts where Warm Waters Halt, it ends where cold water begins. It's the opposite of where it starts. The end of the rainbow is opposite of the beginning of the rainbow. Everybody hears about the end of the rainbow, but rainbows have two ends. One is an end and one is a beginning. I think confirmation bias constantly used incorrectly. Yeah. They don't. It's not confirmation bias that they have. They have bias, total bias toward Bill Gorman, toward Bill Gorman's answers, solutions. I've got the guy holding the tombstone, and Forrest told me when I showed him Forrest Fenn's totem video, he said, "I don't know where is that one? Where is that one?" As if it is one of many. You know? Where is that? He wanted to know where that one was. So I gave him the coordinates. I don't know if he ever went and looked at it or what. But it's at a place, and you go camping there, and you walk over to the canyon, and you look, you don't see nothing. Because you got to go to the other side of the canyon and look back to see it. It's like the cartoon where the guys are standing on the cliff. Well, it's supposed to be right here. And the thing is tucked in under the cliff, right under their feet. I think the chase can end with a conveyance and a will. Forrest Fenn covets things. How are you going to get a title? Nobody can go straight to it without that promissory note. That promissory note comes in. If you don't think you can do it with a conveyance and a will, okay, Detroit Twin, read T with Olga and realize it's T with Olga and attorneys transferring her property to him in her will. That's how he, just the same exact way. Okay, I'll give you a chance, Detroit Twin, but your statement that it can't be transferred in a will is ludicrous. Anything can be transferred in a will. Title's in the front of the book. In the book sleeve. Yeah, the thrill of the chase. The thrill of figuring it out. You can't find these blazes from home. You're not gonna know exactly where to go from home. You're gonna have an idea of where Warm Waters Halt might be, and you go there and you look around and I don't see anything because I can't see shapes and rocks, so I have no chance of finding it. So what the hell are you doing there? And anyhow, if it, because it takes imagination. The key is imagination. But no one was going to contest Olga. I have a group of searchers claiming ownership. No one's going to contest it either, because I'm going to have the thing in my possession and secured before anybody finds out I have it, because the little assholes that think they can go suing you for it. And then I might decide to hire a real good Mexican lawyer and move to Mexico with it. Yeah, and see what your little U.S. stupid fuck lawyers, you little fucks that couldn't figure it out, want to sue somebody for it or sue Forrest for it because because you're not smart enough to figure it out for yourself. Oh, go fuck yourselves, you know? Yeah. Double blazes to those little bastards. Forrest Fenn don't like you anyhow if you're one of them. And a lot of these anti-veteran Democrats that are after it, I don't think Forrest Fenn wants somebody that's anti-veteran finding it. Lots of bonds, currencies, etc. is bare. Hidden one and pays to fight for legal challenges. You know what, Detroit? You keep bringing up this BS about suing the finder of it, and you're likely to just get blocked from the chat because that's bullshit, and anybody brings that up has got to be a jerk. Double Blazes t-shirt. Yeah, they're on Zazzle. Double Blazes University or Double Blazes U on Zazzle. I got Clovis Man products on Zazzle. Oh, and I have these. These shirts are hot. You know, if I had the money, I'd go to the place and buy 100 of the iron transfers and just get my own shirts, and they'd be half the price, and I'd make twice as much. But I got this is a, you know, beer can holder, cooler with the Double Blazes and the 2019 on it, and the Smoking Blue Guru on the back. The Forrest Fenn thing coming out of his head. Yeah, well, Forrest Fenn is going to notify the winner, and by what it says here, that's a contest. He's describing a contest. Unlock the clues that are scattered among these pages. You can go home with a bronze chest. It doesn't say you have to find it. You have to unlock the clues. And I've unlocked the clues, and I was set up for a staged photo with Forrest where he's handing it to me and doffing his hat to me. You can bring that up with Forrest. Ask Forrest, what about that picture with Gorman and you doffing your hat and doing the George Washington hand gesture? You know, he won't answer me. He won't answer you about it. He's not going to tell you, because if this is a contest, then all the rules and parameters were laid out before the book ever printed. And there's a legal document, and he legally cannot let me know that I've already completed it. It has to be announced in his will, is what the rules are. He's going by the rules. You know, I can't push him for it. You know, I've already told him, I said, I know I'm on it. You can't tell me I'm wrong. You know, and he's, when I brought the Buffalo Cowboys cowl part of the car to Fenn, that's when he did the picture with me and stuff. And he tried to avoid that, like, I can't let anybody know I know anything about that. Because he has to maintain this appearance of you know, he can't, you know, so I'm going, cause I'd like my life to improve a little bit. Shoulder. And you know, it's taken a while. It is improved because my treatment for my polycythemia vera, you don't know what that is. That's the cancer I got. It's a blood cancer. And at least they caught it before it turned into leukemia. But my gosh. You know, one thing, did you see that? Little chain hung up on this. Little chain pulled down my scanner is I got too much shit. And I ain't got room for all the shit I got in here. Dollar Tree glasses, spares for my reading glasses. But I was just trying to get this down. It has some stickers I had made. And this is Walmart chain that I can make necklaces for my emerald tablets and stuff. I sent Forrest an emerald tablet, and I didn't put a hole in it or anything because I didn't know if he wanted to set it with his thoth or make a necklace or what. You know, that can be done by a jeweler. We got these little claw things but yeah, that's what I got. That's my blood cancer stickers I made. It's, and that's exactly how it makes you feel. It makes you feel like you got an anchor tied to your leg, or you know, because you just got no energy for nothing. But I got a little more energy. I got energy for talking, that's for sure. But I got that one, and I got these Double Blaze University. And I got these because I thought, hey, these would be, you know, it's just cheaper and bumper. I can get 4 of these for the price of 1 bumper sticker. And I put one of my cancer ones on my car, and after a couple days, it just didn't even rain or nothing, but just dew and wind and sun. The thing all wrinkled up and was coming up. I'm like, what the hell? These are indoor stickers. So if you get any of these, you know, those little Double Blazes stickers I showed you, they're for indoor. I got one on the back of my computer. And I've got, oh, there's nothing in there. Because they're right here. Oh, that's my last one of that. It's my mammoth temples. What's sticking in front of the phone here? There. These are the temples. See, these are mammoths coming along. You see the trunk on that one coming down pretty good. That's another mammoth. That's a row of mammoths. And Forrest, have Shiloh come up and I'll show him a whole bunch of this stuff. It's really interesting, and I mean, he's selling stuff. He's selling your stuff to make some money, and I think we can cash in on the archaeology if he wants to help me out with it. Because you see, there's our elephants all going across there, and there's a spot up behind one of them, what back here, where there's a catwalk in between the mammoths up on top. There's a walkway, and it's like 2 feet wide, and it goes in between the mammoths, and then there's a little stage at the end where the mammoth could put their front legs up on it, and I figure it was maybe the mammoth stockade where they sold mammoths at auction. And a cool video on those alignments. What alignments? It's my favorite. Oh, okay. I'll go back. Hat signals. I am on the fringe of search. Well, imagination is good. Yeah. Well, I don't have them. I have the matches. I mean, if you can't see that that's the stout-hearted men guy laying there, and you ain't gonna find another the Moses, the father and son scene. There aren't other copies anywhere. There's one figure I found in more than one place, and that's the head coming up out of the ground with the 2 eye sockets and the nose. I found 2 of those that are 20, 30 miles apart. But I did make another one for my cancer sticker. Where'd it go? It said, no, not that one. There it is. See, it said, blood cancer took my mojo away. And there's only 5,000 people that have this that I have. And there's only 5%. Only 5% of them have the form that I have. That's not a DNA thing. Mine is from my thyroid and other things that have been and lupus like stuff that is attacking my bone marrow, and now my bone marrow makes too much. The like switch. It's like a cow trough has water come in, and there's a little float that says when the water is full and it turns the water off. My float's broken. There's no float. My bones just keep making blood. Except my the HCT number. They draw the blood if it's above, if it's 48 or more, and if it's less than 48, they don't. But the last time it was 48 exactly, and they drew it, the last time they took it, they drew it, and then the last time I went in and got it checked, my number was 45, and a couple days later, my VA primary care did a blood test, and it came out 43, and I'm hoping that it's not just diving now. And then it's like anemia. What I have is like the opposite of anemia, but the treatment can give you anemia. It's like sucks. So, but I feel better with my blood levels correct. And these courts, you explained to him. I told him, I said, you never sent me anything telling me what the final amount was and how much it was due. The first notice I got was you're late and there's late fees and we've turned you into the state for collections, and that's my first notification. Oh no, we notified you in June of last year. I said, yeah, I filed an appeal and went to appeals court, and they applied late fees while it's in appeals court. They don't tell you that before you file for appeals court. No, all the fees will be waived until the appeals is done. And no, they play their games and and it's to the point that I'm contacting lawyers about a federal lawsuit against these criminals that run this county court and the judge himself. The judges, they don't get, they're all for the state, and they're not supposed to be biased against your rights, and they are. This guy Daniel Walzel, he's extremely biased. He's a piece of shit. There's nothing honorable about that cocksucker. You know, I'll call a judge a cocksucker if I want. W20, you have a lot more imagination than me, but W is in the wrong area. I need to send you pictures of Forrest sticking his tongue out on a tree. Is it a frozen tree? Welcome to the madhouse. Sean Malloy, you say some things that concern me, like what? Court, yeah, fuck the court. Fuck the court. Fuck the judge. What does your ticket cost? It's $203 or something. It was $175 when I was in appeals court, but as soon as I finished the appeals court, they applied late fees because I didn't win the appeal. And I'm demanding a hearing at the DMV, and the DMV is like, oh, Oh, we don't do that. We no, we don't. No, you have to do that with the court and blah blah. Really, really. And if I got a corrupt court, there's no recourse because the court does whatever the fuck they want. While that judge is sitting behind his desk whacking on his weenie, you know? Yeah, Judge Walzel. That's a fucking made-up name if I ever heard one. I went to the FamilySearch.com or Oregon and looked up the last name, and I guess there are some Walzels in this country in the last 100 years. That's it, you know? My ancestors were involved in the Revolution. My ancestors came with Captain Smith and on the Mayflower. I have two that came with Captain Smith and two that came on the Mayflower. They were brother and sister, and like my grandmother's descended from the sister, and my grandfather's descended from the brother, you know? So it's like my grandparents were ninth cousins and didn't know it. You know, because it goes back that many generations. Your first cousins, your common ancestors, your grandparents. So ninth cousin, you got to go back 11 generations to get ninth cousins. And those cousins that came on the Mayflower are related to Sedgwick, James Sedgwick, who was it Captain Sedgwick mentioned in it? It was in Treasure Island or one of those pirate movies. My ancestors are mentioned in the pirate movies, and I had a video a month or two ago on the Treasure Island and Captain Kidd thing and all that. And Forrest Fenn said if there was a movie made about him, if there was a movie made, who would play your part? He said Wallace Beery, B-E-E-R-Y, not as on Terry Scan. It's B-E-R-R-Y. They have it Barry. So whoever Terry Scant, I've notified him and said, you got that wrong. It's Beery. You look at the movie title, Beery, B-E-E-R-Y. and she doesn't correct it. That's what ignorance does. And so when you go to read on Terry Scant, you read that, you're reading incorrect information. Yeah, there's my fifth great grandfather, James Rogers, sold some land to a guy named Smith in Londonderry, Vermont. And the guy was my roommate. The guys were my roommate, and my fifth great grandfather sold his fourth great grandfather their land. It's like neat, you know? Yeah, Smith family goes why. That's why there's a lot of Smith and Thomas and Jones, because they came on the Mayflower and with Captain Smith, you know? What's the name of Sasha's Facebook group? She's busy and told me I could post something over there. Oh, it's a friend of mine messaging me. I give it a name. I already got the page up on my... There. It's there. They got that now. There, that's my friend. Yeah, she's too young for me. Probably is, but some people, they wait too long and they never, you know. I'd like to have a girlfriend about my age, don't matter. About my age, a little younger. It's like I got cousins, female cousins my age, and their husbands are like Forrest's age, you know? So it's like, how'd those guys do with, you know, 17, 20 years younger. No, I don't need that much younger, but I'm not ready for somebody that's 20 years older than me, or even, I'd like somebody about my age. Yes, it does say double blazes. And it's my double blazes burning the candle at both ends. Double Blazes University. You turn that out, Omega upside down, it's a U for university. Just like on his treasure map, there are Omegas. You never thought to turn the U upside down. And you know what I found on my property? Yeah. You know what I found on my property the other day while I was moving all them wires and stuff? Something popped up, one of the wires, something out of the ground. Oh, we'll go out in the wind for a second. Come on in, Jack. Come on. You want in? You want in? Come on. Come on in. Come on in, Jack. Oh, stretchy dog. Come on in, Jack. Oh, my arm. Oh, fuck. Ow. Ow. Ooh, that was a bicep tendon. Oh. Ooh. And my bicep tendon has a oblong tear in it. A long tear in it. I found this. It's the more modern one because you can tell by the slot in it. Yeah, got a horseshoe from my property. I need a hole so I can play horseshoe games. Put a couple stakes in the ground. I'd rather have real horseshoes than the ones that come with the... Oh, man, that hurt. Whew. I was just holding the door. Can't even hold the door with my arm. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Fuchica pesta. Oh, that's from Cheech and Chong. Stop it again. Yeah, stop doing it. I had a time. They should have taped it to my body. Are you a switch hitter? Just wondering. My left shoulder, I've been using it so much that it's, ow, occasion. But right now, this one right now it's at that point. These were supposed to run out in 6 days. I had my surgery 7 days ago. But because I didn't just eat them up as fast as they could tell them you can eat them, I've still got some for this pain today. Oh, that like cramped my. Oh, it hurt. Bicep tendon. Oh, fucking A. Ay, ay, ay. Oh. Oh, don't use that hand. That's from Taco Bell yesterday. Flat root beer. That's all I'll drink for soda is root beer. And I prefer if it's real sugar and not the garbage poison stuff. But I used to drink more soda, but now I'm drinking more tea because I put real sugar in it. And what other notes I got here? Confidence versus incompetence. Okay. They don't like, they want to rule out anybody that's confident. Except Forrest said it would be somebody that was confident that would go straight to it. Because I know what I found. And my confidence trumps their ignorance. Or I said incompetence. Ignorance and incompetence run hand in hand. And the other thing, he said a few people had been within 200 feet, okay? A few. Do you think it's been a few people that have been to Firehole Hot Springs? Or do you think 1,000 searchers have been there? Okay? You get the point? It's not one of them famous tourist attractions. It's a new discovery. It says in the front of the book that if you unlock it, it says right down here. And okay. Forrest Fenn, the author, has spent most of his 80 years in similar pursuits of passion. What's his pursuit of passion? Finding ancient artifacts. Okay? And now wants others to share in the thrill of the chase. That is why he concealed the cache. He concealed it. It's concealed. It's not out there. It's concealed. It could be in a vault at a museum. Okay, that's where it is, I think. If it's not under his bed. And that will be all that will be needed are the clues, some resolve, a little imagination, or a whole lot like I got, and maybe a six-pack to help celebrate the thrill of a breathtaking discovery. The thrill of a breathtaking discovery. Now, if you found his treasure, it's going to be a thrill, but it's not a discovery. You knew what the treasure was. What's supposed to, the breathtaking discovery is the one who finds the artifacts, the ancient sculptures of Atlantis. That's the breathtaking discovery. Oh, an ankle sprain. My left ankle's been broken. My right ankle's had surgery for stabilization and get the debris out of it because I got really bad. I'm one of those people. I was like double jointed, but yeah, even double jointed, there are limits to how much your ankle can twist. My left ankle I broke in May of 1989. I wasn't in Colorado. I wasn't even here long when that happened. I was in Colorado a month, less than a month, when I broke my ankle at A Basin in the parking lot. Maybe it was 90. I don't know. But I thought, well, I'm parked right next to the lift, and so I'll just walk up and get my lift ticket in my tennis shoes and then come back and get my boots on. And so I went and got my lift ticket, and I was walking back, and I was about 20 feet from the truck I was driving, and it was a 5-speed too. Pickup Chevy truck with a 5-speed, and so I got to the parking lot, and there was just some ice that come out of the corner of the parking lot and ran into the parking lot, and I was walking across that, and my foot slipped and got to the edge of the ice and hit the gravel, and then my foot folded over, and then my ass fell on top of my foot and ankle, and I had a lateral break of my fibula. And they hauled me into the ski patrol hut, and they didn't x-ray or nothing, and they kept me, and I'm just saying, well, what's going, they didn't do anything. I finally, they they didn't think it was broken, and they had a splint on it and got me back to the truck, and I drove from A Basin to the Denver VA, the old Denver VA that they just shut down, and pulled up in a handicap spot right by the door and started calling for help. I told him, you marked that vehicle. This guy's in here, just came in with a broken leg, man. So, you know, I got in, they x-rayed it. Oh, yeah, it's broken. But they had to wait. They had to wait for the swelling to go down before they could operate. So it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks later before they operated on it. And they put it back together, put 6 screws and a plate in there. And I had them taken out like 6 months later. But, you know, that's another way I could have gotten an infection in my bone marrow, and why I got blood cancer, because I had that fracture of my fibula. Fibula, that's the little one on the outside. The big one's the tibula. So, yeah, I got a scar on that ankle from them 6 screws and stuff. So that's how I broke my ankle at A Basin in 1989, 90. I lived in Colorado till about 96. And I went out to California, and anytime I don't like going to California. Anytime I go there, the cops there, they're like fucking Nazis. It's like Bill Gorman's in California. Find him, you know. Yeah, get the fuck out of, you know. Tried pleading not guilty on it. They gave me a DUI, and I went to court and not guilty. I said not guilty, and the court judge, sidebar, you tell him he's going to get at least 5 years if he tries to fight this. If I try to profess my innocence, he's going to give me 5 years for saying I'm innocent. You know, they just totally railroaded. Wouldn't let me take it to court, and I said, "Fuck you, California." And I got the fuck out of there, you know? Are you going to the final BOG? BOG, boots on ground. Bog. What did you get caught for littering? Yeah, no, because it was a DUI. No, I wasn't. I had a Pontiac Fiero with bright yellow fog lights on it, and I, you know, just come around the corner off of Bascom, and right by 280 in Bascom, I took a left turn to go a couple of blocks down and go into the neighborhood there to a friend's place, but all they saw was my yellow light, my bright yellow fog lights going by. I wasn't speeding or nothing, and you know, all they got to do is say you were speeding. You don't have to be speeding, because their word is gold to a judge. You know, no proof needed. Yeah, them petty fucking cops, you know. Lou and Ron, I sent Ron, you know, men are so smart, you know. I sent him a link to my video about my ticket. Oh, I can't comment on something that might be in opposition to what the officer said. I can't tell you if that was legal or not. By that, it's like, you know, but well, he didn't say fucking nothing, you know. It's just he won't comment, you know. Men are so smart, except for the ones that didn't leave California. That's a communist frickin' state. Fuck California. I was born there. But California don't own me. I checked out of the Hotel California, and I don't plan on ever living there again. I have friends there that I've gone in to visit, and you know, Even that, it's because you know their cops are just a crooked bunch of fuckers. There's some good cops, but there seems to be an awful lot of bad ones. And I think this judge, Daniel Walzel, he was appointed by a Democrat governor. And I think what he did, oh, who do we got coming here? Let's look at their Facebook. Oh, we got somebody that's anti-Democrat. Well, I'm going to fuck him over, you know. The judge was totally biased and prejudiced from get-go. They pretend to be your friend right in the beginning. But you can't ever be their friend because you know that they're going to put the knife in your fucking back. Yeah. Davio's not. He has to find all the stuff I've already found that took me 2 years to find. He has to. First, you got to get a clue, and then you got to accept that there are sculptures in the rocks. And if you can't accept that, then you're never going to find the treasure. That's all there is to that. I know almost what Forrest knows about it. I know a little bit more than Forrest knows because that Moses is actually Thoth. And I did find Thoth, another sculpture of Thoth, where he's riding the ibis. And later on, the Egyptians turned Thoth into the ibis. And one of the places I went to look at on Tuesday, I got a picture, and it's like, when I watched a picture about Atlantis and Sumerians and all that, they say this thing was built because it resembles the entrance to the underworld. And I found a place that looks like that. I said, I wonder if it's the entrance to the underworld. We got to have a shovel. But it's like, oh, it's on private property, but 20 feet behind it is public property. And so I could talk to the landowner and tell him, hey, I think there's a cave here. By the evidence I've gathered. Hubris. Legal terms. See, I'm not up on the legal terms, and no citizen should have to be full up on legal terms and lawyer fucking terms to defend themselves in a public court. You know, I wish I had an option for a jury. They denied me my right to a jury, basically. That wasn't an option on a traffic ticket. Yet it's going to make my insurance go up thousands of dollars. I have to insure that my home I live in. It's a vehicle, so I have to have insurance on it. And I have full coverage on the car, but this gets to my insurance company, and I'm going to drop it down to liability. They might even discontinue my insurance because of it. And then I'm going to have to argue with the insurance company. Look at this video. Am I guilty? Yeah, I'm only guilty because that judge, because of his fucked up opinion. And Daniel Walzel, I'd like to wipe my ass with his tongue. You piece of shit judge, Walzel. Go fuck yourself, Daniel Walzel. I should call him Danny. I hate fucking pieces of shit judges who... Yeah, I got the video on my YouTube. And it clearly shows, because I was able to calculate with my speed and the distance across the intersection how many pixels per video frame. And there's 29 video frames per second. And I was able to move the animation of my car 4 pixels each time. You know, on the video, I don't know what it resized to, you know, because, you know, that was a full screen, and then I just got the video animation. It's up in a corner, so the pixels changed. But when you look at it, you see my car going across the intersection in my animation and her live video, and where I'm at is is perfect representation in my animation. I'll be the one that finds it. Sorry, I'm sorry. You don't have a chance. You don't know where the stout-hearted men are. You don't know where Moses is. You don't know where the gypsies are. And Forrest awards the title to the winner. The title, a title to a boxing competition. It's a contest. A contest. Who can find these blazes? And bananas are blazes. And grab all the bananas you can. And I've been grabbing all the bananas. I've got 40,000 bananas. Try and catch me. The dancing gypsies are on private property. I mean, you're talking about millionaire property. You want to get onto some millionaire property and go looking? Go for it. I'll give you the coordinates for the gypsies. I'll give you the coordinates right now, and you can go kiss them if you want. Because there's no city there. There's no city. It's national forest or it's private it's private property on national forest. So unless you have a mining claim or something, you're not getting in there. There's gates all over. Private property, no trespassing. BJR. It's a Bootjack Ranch, and that's a Bootjack. Can you say double omegas? Can you say double omegas? Oh, I gotta look at that too. Okay. Gypsies are at 37 degrees north, 24 seconds, or 24 minutes, 47.71 seconds north, and 106 degrees, 53 minutes, 26.87 seconds. That's where the dancing gypsies are. And it's a lot like his description of where his plane crashed. They're way up on the side of the cliff. So he says his plane crashed into the side of 1,000-foot karst, halfway up 1,000-foot karst, and made a fireball that would attract unwanted attention. The double omega is the approach into the landing strip. I don't know. The gypsies and the stout-hearted men. Thoth is involved in this solving, and Thoth is the as above, so below. The first stanza starts with as, and the last stanza starts with so. As above and so below. Positive, negative, male, female, the dark, light, all of that stuff. If you don't understand that you can't have positive without negative, or you can't have negative without positive, if you can't understand that concept, you can't figure out his poem and his salute. It's all part of the thing. It's wisdom. If you've been wise, if you have wisdom, if you know about ancient religions and ancient beliefs and where these things originated, some of that is whatchamacallit, the Masonic stuff. If you don't have some understanding of that kind of stuff, oh yeah, it's 5:20 here. Um, I backed off on since they taken my blood. I can't smoke as much as I did when my uh, I had too much blood. So it's because now my blood's a little thin, you get a little higher. I've never had a specific spot in the last 3 years, and within the yeah, I'm pretty specific, and I kind of I got some spots that are like beyond the boundaries I think it's in, because the stuff isn't these shapes, these sculptures aren't just restricted to where the treasure hunt is. They go either side of it many miles, and this whole valley, this valley, the Alamosa or San Luis Valley, it's called, is described in Plato's stuff about Atlantis, a large rectangular valley surrounded by high mountains covered with crystals. That's here. And there are areas I call cities where all their they they had concrete that they made from the sand and rocks and things that's better than our concrete. There are people that other areas that like in Central America and stuff, and they tested the concrete that the ancient Mesoamericans made and stuff, and it is stronger than the concrete we make, any concrete we make today, except maybe not hempcrete is supposed to be like that too. So they probably had hemp in their concrete. But there's an omega, one omega, two omegas. And what this is you put your, I can't get my foot up in there, but this goes on the floor like that, and you slide the heel of your boot in here, and you put your other foot on here, and you jack your boot off of your foot. You pull your foot out, and this holds the heel of the boot. And this is for the guy's boot, and this is for the women and children. It seems that it should have made it so that the bigger one would go higher, but this is set. But it just sits on the floor. But try and find a boot jack like that. You ain't going to find a boot jack like that. Hey, Forrest, I'll loan it to you if you leave it to me in your will, okay? Make sure the sticker is on there that says that I get it. I'll loan it to you and let you use my cool boot jack and appreciate it. See, I got more time left on the clock than Forrest. Do you have an email address? Looking forward to that hat and cup with double blaze. I haven't done any hats on there. I've told Zazzle you need bucket hats. So I would put a double blazes on a bucket hat. I don't like ball caps. I don't. They don't look good on me. I'm not. My face doesn't fit them. Maybe some people might think so. My email is wabbyeagle, WABIEAGLE at gmail.com. Oh gosh, shoulder. Oh fuck. Thing is, I don't go to the doctor till April 9th to get my stitches out. And that's still 2 weeks, I think. Oh, 6, 1, a week and a half. So, yeah, they leave those stitches in there for 20 days now, I guess. Usually I remember 10 days. It's the scheduling person. They should have had my follow-up appointment scheduled when they scheduled the surgery. But they did do that. I don't know why they didn't make it 10 days instead of 20. But Oh, and then I start physical therapy the day after you take the stitches out. But I'm already doing a little, trying to do a little physical therapy. and, and that Nikon strap, that makes a really nice, that makes a really good, it makes a nice sling. Oh, my whole arm from my elbow to my wrist is killing me right now. But the things happened up here. Oh, my elbows, man. And I got Jack scratching at the door again. Remember, he was out there. He didn't know if he wanted to come in or not. And the wind has calmed down to 26 miles an hour. It's not 45 anymore. Bill, are you going to Fenbury? If not, I'll go over and visit you. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to Fenbury. There's just too many people that that I have to tell double blazes to, you know. Except I want to go because I want to see how many people are gonna be there with their double blazes shirt. I can't do that. I can't do that. And I noticed that the print. A friend of mine got the one with the T-shirt. This one's a sweatshirt, and the print on the T-shirt's more vibrant. The color. It's like why is the print dull on the sweatshirt and it's bright on the T-shirt? I don't know. But they aren't. This is a nice T-shirt. If I got this T-shirt at Walmart, it'd have fuzz balls all over it now, and I'm not getting any fuzz balls on this sweatshirt. So it's a good quality sweatshirt that these shirts have. I think it was $27, and there's no back on this one. If I didn't have all my fine, this $200 freaking fine to pay, I'd send Forrest a shirt. But I'd put his I'd do the double. I'd send him one with the double blazes on the front, and on the back I'd put his degree, his honorary doctorate of anthropology from Double Blazes University. I'd put that on the top, and I'd put the fanatic thing underneath it. You know? I'm not gonna buy the shirt that was cheated to win. You know, I appreciate the pack I got from Rick McDonald. I you know, that whole Dale involvement, his involvement, just you know, and when I say I'm right, and other people go, well, I don't see such a problem. Well, you didn't have a entry in the contest, unless the entry was somebody you just, you know, because I can make up Sally P. Oh, Sally P. Oh, well, everybody knows Sally P. You know? No. You know? A bunch of horse shit. You know, the person that won ain't proud enough to tell their name. You know, because it's somebody that Dale knows or somebody that is involved with the people running the show, because that thing was totally fucking rigged. So I'm not buying the shirt that won by voter fraud or election fraud. It was really it's voter fraud if the voter is making multiple votes or doing something, but it's election fraud when the people running the election are deleting votes. It's imagination stuff. Yeah, a lot of people just don't have the imagination. They're just going to try and make it all about that. Yeah, well, you know, I thought Jamie Jordan was going to be running it, but I don't know if she is or stepped back or what. And if she did step back, it was probably about the T-shirt stuff, you know. But he asked other people to help out, and then they threw in there. Dale's lost 100% of his credibility by doing what he did with those votes. I had so many people telling me that their vote wasn't counted, that it didn't get posted and stuff. And then it's like, oh, no problem. We'll count the ones that he did count, but we're not going to count all the hundreds of votes that were deleted. Hundreds. Because if 10, 12 people tell me, hey, my vote wasn't counted, I know it's 10 times more that weren't counted. Because, you know, when you do a YouTube video, it says you got this many people watched. And normally you get 10%, less than 10%. 1 out of 10 will click the like button. And so, you know, all the ones that voted and didn't get. And Dale is one of those people you show, oh, I can't see shit. I don't know. I wonder how many times he walks into the women's restroom from not being observant. He lost when Forrest advertised. He took the exact picture that he asked for, and then Dale turns around and says it's just a random picture. Yeah. Read the report. No collusion. Yeah, there's no collusion. All these and Adam Schiff's going to go to. He's about. See, he's lied to Congress. He's lied to the FBI. Well, we knocked down Oliver Stone to pull him out in his pajamas at 5 a.m. You know, this is going to happen to these asshole Democrats that have been lying for 2 years and pushing all their, you know, Pelosi is scared, and that's why she's backing down some, you know. But they got Loretta Lynch by the balls. and I mean, because it's all out what that she was there to talk to Bill Clinton about offering her when Hillary got elected. The thing was, if she let Hillary go on all this, that she was going to be appointed as Supreme Court justice. She was going to get the seat that was left behind by the guy that the guy that the Democrats murdered down in Texas. They murdered Scalia. He was murdered by a bunch of criminal Democrats, and everybody knows what's going. All of the stuff, all of these indictments, thousands of them, are waiting. Just wait. They were waiting for this thing to get, and Mueller to say, no, there's absolutely nothing on Trump, and now he's gonna play his hand, including the Trump card. And we're going to get rid of a lot of criminals. He's even pulling up where they hid information from the 9/11 report about the explosives that were already in the buildings, ready to demolish them. He knows it was a plan, and it was a very complex one. And them guys in them airplanes didn't plant the explosives to bring down the buildings in a controlled demolition straight down like they did. Oh yeah, it was done by the Clintons and the Bushes. They're both. And the thing with John McCain delivered the dossier. He brought the dossier over, And there's a jet, a Department of Justice jet sitting in London right now, picking up Steele, the guy who made the report. They're hauling him back in, and even in England, Brexit, man, Parliament wouldn't go for the delayed Brexit, any of the delayed Brexit, and Brexit's got to happen next week, and they couldn't stop it, and she's going to get thrown out on her ass. Yeah, it was just, oh, they're all getting. I mean, this doesn't. This goes beyond Clinton's and Obama's and Michelle Obama. They know that she paid the state attorney to drop the case. They were classmates and shit like that, and it's all set up on that other guy, and really did the FBI let him go along with their scam so they can bring down the puppet masters, and not just the puppets? All the puppet masters are going down. So probably this point middle class and an economic war between haves and have-nots is coming. Yeah. I mean, when it comes down, their civil war breaks out. Can you imagine if civil war breaks out and all the criminals all the criminals won't have any protection from the people, from the vigilantes who will take out the criminals that have been hiding behind the cloak of government. You know, these people get these government positions. You're not supposed to be biased against the citizen when you're looking at a traffic ticket for a red light. You're supposed to be as much on that citizen side as you are on the state side, even more so on the citizen side. But they're looking out for the state, and their duty is to collect money for the state. They don't give a fuck about the citizen. It's all about the government. It's all about the government to them. Fuck the citizen is what their opinion is. I say fuck the criminal government. You got the global mafia, the UN, and the central banks, and you got the federal mafia, and you got the state mafia, and you got the county mafia, and you got the city mafia. They're all run by criminals. Elect your favorite criminal to be the tyrant over your life. Buy into the nationalist propaganda. World superpower, China and Russia, EU are all equal power. Yeah, we're all until the UN takes over. The UN's a bunch of criminal fucks. Yeah. Nationalist. Yeah. I'm an individualist. I'm for the people. You know, look how many people has our government murdered, assassinated, bombed? How many innocent people have they bombed in your name? In your name, in my name. They gone out and killed people and said, this is what our people. No, this is not what we want. We don't want this shit. We don't want wars. We don't want people being slaughtered left and right. You know? And the government, they got smart bombs. You know, they can boom. I don't know if the smart bombs work real good. I have to check my GPS here and see how good it works with the intense magnetic fields we got here. And that's the other thing I was thinking, if that's Moses at Mount Sinai or Mount, Oh, is it lead them across the land to Mount Sinai or whatever? Um, would would this Blanca Peak be the Mount Sinai for that Moses? I hope. I hope the poem doesn't stretch that far. Oh, a double omega, and it's making the arches, and because the route follows arches, uh, and if you go by Thoth, never travel in straight lines. And these guys talk about the lines. It's like, I think uh, Mike, I wrote his name down. Mike Hull, a guy in Japan. He was talking about the line in a line. He thought it'd be in an area that's close, all close together. No, it it's in an area that's uh, maybe about an area about the size of Yellowstone. It covers as if you started at one end and Yellowstone went to the other or something. Except the gypsies and Moses and all that stuff isn't in Yellowstone. When he talks about his father and the bell ringing at the end of the hallway, he was trying to find a substitute where he says the word find or look for, what you're looking for, what you're trying to find. You're trying to find a substitute. You're trying to find a good looking rock. um, and a substitute for Yellowstone is not Yellowstone. So, and if the 200-foot searcher was somebody in Yellowstone, there have been thousands of other people in the same spot. If it's something in Yellowstone, for instance, because that's where the vast majority of searchers are going, is Yellowstone. And second is New Mexico. And third is Wyoming. And fourth is, they put Colorado last. I don't know why. It's the Rocky Mountain state, basically. Half of the state is frickin' mountains. Wyoming, there's mountains at the south end of the state and over on the very west end of the state and up around Yellowstone and Cody. And if you want to talk about teeth of the Rockies, I haven't heard many people talking about the Beartooth Mountains. There's some teeth, okay? That's an area that's got teeth. But right where I found the gypsies are teeth sticking up, or not the gypsies, the stout-hearted men guy, he's laying there on top of some teeth. It looks like, it's the rocks. It looks like a fingers coming up. And I got some pictures of stuff that's like, that's a huge, 80-foot across hand. So I need a better view to see the rest of the body of this guy. But because there are some figures that are 800 feet tall. 800 feet. How do you get 800 foot tall on a 500, 600 foot tall mountain? Well, it's sloped. And so you got 800 feet of slope to get to the top of the 600 foot. See, I tried to get a job in Colorado with a highway department as an engineer. And to do that, you have to take an engineering test. And I scored 92 on the test, and I put down, yeah, I'm part American. I am. I'm a 16th. I get pictures of some my aunts, and I think I got more than a 16th because I got an ancestor on my dad's father's. No, two of them on my dad's mother's side that look Native American. But they came from different families, And when is it okay to marry a half breed? When's it okay to, if you're a half breed yourself, But it goes way back, and there's no record of it. And the DNA tests they do, it'll tell me my mother's line, but nothing on my mother's father's side or any fathers on that mother line. The DNA only tests the mother's line and the father through all the fathers and father. So my grandmother, my dad's mother, who my Native American ancestors are on, doesn't show up in my DNA test because it's only the father's bloodline that shows up there. I'm trying to unplug this so I can go see it come in. Oh. And grab it with the other hand. Protect the right hand. Oh, I feel like disconnected around the hip. I can hold that with this hand while I let him in. Coming in? You coming in? Are you coming here? Coming in, or do I have to hold the door against the wind? You gonna come in? Come on, Jack. Come on, buddy. Come on in. Come on in, Jack. Come on in. You gonna come in? I'm gonna close the door. See, he does this to me all the time. You gonna come on in, Jack? What do I do? Rabbit habits. What are you doing, Togo? Can you see yourself? Can you see yourself, Togo? Can we open your door? Huh? Go scratch your head? Yeah. Scratch his head. Oh, yeah. He's a sweet bird, huh? He's trying to bite me. Because he's a little trickster. Aren't you, Togo? Aren't you, Togo? Ow! Bitch! See? That's why you can't trust him. I got to be very careful, you know? Because I'm going to bite you. And he doesn't realize. See, look at him now. He's oh joy, I'm going to swing on my ball. I bit Daddy. Oh. At least he didn't get under my thumbnail. Oh. So what's that? Togo. His name came from the map of Africa. Togo is a country in the Congo where he came from. He's a Congo African gray. And Togo. See, I come over here and sit down now. Jack's whining at the door again. So I'm going to use bait this time. It's the only way to get him to come in when you open the door. So I'm going to. I got some bait. And we'll get him to come. I'll get him to come in. Oh, I'll be right back. Canine carryouts. Wasn't on the list of dangerous treats. There are some treats they say don't feed your dogs, like the bacon bits. Yeah. See, I don't even. Where are you, Mister? I don't even have to show him that I opened the bag, and the smell that's inside the bag got into the RV here. And when I opened the door, he instantly knew that bag was open and there was a treat waiting. Then he comes in and gets a drink, and then he'll want right back out. I'm at 2 hours. I've been blah, 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 blah. I'm going to try and edit a video together, and some of my editing skills and stuff that I went to University of Oregon and learned. I'm a duck. Crinkle the bag. Yeah. sometimes I just grab, there's some poker chips sitting on the counter there, and I'll open the door and I grab a poker chip and throw it on the floor, and he thinks it's a treat. Because he uses that to get a treat. He'll come in. Oh, I got a treat when I come in. I want to go back outside now, and then I want to come in and I have another treat, and so I can't let him manipulate me that way. Let's not forget sanctuary cities getting the vote. Yeah. How many illegal illegal immigrants voted in California? Hey, your vote don't mean nothing in California because we're overriding it with these illegal immigrants. It's okay for them to come up from Mexico to vote here. Let's bring over some Russians. Let's build the bridge and let them start coming over. Treat people training. Well, Forrest Fenn, look at all the people dancing for Forrest Fenn's treasure. Narf. I think you do those videos. I watch your video. It was good. I don't care when people do their little and it ain't my solve, but I still give them a thumbs up. Unless there's somebody that disparages my solve, or somebody that has the little Brady Bunch, invites other searchers on there, but we're never ever gonna mention Bill Gorman's imagination or any of the formations he found. That is forbidden to be talked about on any of their channels, and that's where they're fucked up, and he has his little show last night about confirmation bias. He has so much confirmation that he has no possibility. His bias prevents him from finding the treasure, because if I showed him exactly where warm water halts, if Forrest said, "You're exactly right on where you start," and told me a little secret or something, which he hasn't, but if he did, and I know exactly this is it, and I said, you thought of that, so screw you, Gorman. They're just prejudiced, and they're jealous because they didn't find it, because they lack the imagination to see the shapes in nature. And Jack's giving me a real serious look. Aren't you, Jack? Nope, his ears came forward. Hi, buddy. You come up here? Come up here? Huh? You see him. He's in the corner of the camera. Here he is. Huh, Jack? He's seen himself and run. Yeah, they when I lived in Washington State in 1990, it was 91, I think 92. I moved back to Colorado. I went to Washington for like a year and a half, 2 years, but I had a job because I was trying to find a job. What do I do? It ain't jobs like I'm trained to do. So I was there was one job. It was collecting signatures for a petition to have term limits, and I was one of the people that went out and got the signatures and got it on the ballot. And Washington State now has term limits. It has, and if one state does, they all should. Well, why should they have this advantage? Because all it does, it makes them a crime boss. If they're a senator, and even as a senator I was working with to try and help me with my disability, he didn't help me with the first lawyer I had, and I had to sue Social Security, and I got another lawyer, and sued them in federal court, and I got a new hearing, and I went to the hearing, and I got a better judge with my better lawyer, and I won, you know, and they had to give me 5 years of back pay, and that's how I got my RV, because it was like, well, I can put 20,000 down. No, nope, they won't. If I bought the house, the houses that were in the price range for me there, it would, my payments would have been 800 a month or so, and wouldn't have left me enough to eat with afterwards, yet alone pay the utilities and things like that. And so I had the option of starving or living in an RV, and I chose to get the RV, and I started traveling, and went from Florida, went from Oregon to Florida, and then back after I stopped here my first search season in 2014. I went back to Oregon, and I stayed there in Brookings. I rented a RV pad on a private space that was 2 miles from the ocean and 1,300 feet up. So I was on the side of a mountain overlooking the Pacific Ocean from way up, and so I either could take sunset pictures from out my window, I just right out my window out the side, or go outside and walk around and do sunset pictures on the lot, or I could drive down to the beach and get sunset pictures. What do you call a senator after 20 years? A career criminal. Yeah, they are. Look at John McCain. And John McCain. There was a whole bunch of POWs still over there and in camps and whatever. And John McCain stopped all the investigations to find them and help them and get them out of there. John McCain stabbed those veterans in the back after he was rescued. He was a piece of shit, too. I don't know what Forrest thinks of McCain, but yeah, McCain was a piece of shit. I'd like to see, I'd like to see interview Forrest is Buzz Aldrin. Buzz Aldrin, interview Forrest Fenn. I think, or just a conversation between the two of you. I think that'd be great. And there was supposed to have been a secret Space Force, secret Apollo missions and stuff that went to the moon after Apollo 17, and there was supposed to up to Apollo 21 and stuff. And was Forrest one of them astronauts? Were you one of them, Forrest? You can tell us, or at least tell us in your, Forrest Fenn Thrill of the Chase post-mortem edition. Well, yeah, there's some things I did, but now I can tell you about them because they can't do anything to me after I'm dead. So, what am I going to fix for dinner? Either tonight or tomorrow night, I've got to go into town and get me a nice meal for my birthday, because my birthday's Sunday, and that's a terrible day to try and go out and have fun. Hey, J.A., where you been? Down the street. Oh. So here comes the wind again. Picking up 28-mile-an-hour wind. I've seen rain go across to the south of me and to the north of me, and I see some over to the west of me coming off the San Juan Mountains over there. There's some rain coming. Wow, when I look out the window that way, I can see that there's a hill. My windows are warping the landscape. But I'm kind of on top of a rock bed. It was this what used to be beachfront 7 million years ago or so. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Be there. I thought about having a party here, but nobody would come. So why even try? It takes a lot of courage to stout-heartedness to hit the live button every day. I don't do live every day. No, I ain't done one since Tuesday. I don't think. I think it was Tuesday. But that's if Eric is watching, Eric Johnson, he don't watch my videos, or he would have known the pirate stuff. But in that clip that he played on his video, they say, I need some stout men. That was stout men was used in that clip, and he didn't catch it. See, that's where comprehension and attention to detail come in, you know? If there's stout men, stout-hearted men, and that's from the movie New Moon. New Moon, there's a new moon in that. Okay. Good, the book's over here. I don't have to put my arm that way. A crescent moon is a new moon. The when it's just a little sliver or fingernail, that's a new moon. And a new moon, I think he was telling you, is the new moon and stout-hearted men, that song, musical thing of stout-hearted men with the men marching, and they're going to take their ship back, you know, and stuff. There's still a few of our guys on the boat. We don't have any guns, but we got 10, we got 100 men here. And if you believe, you can't do anything unless you believe you can do it. And when I first heard of Forrest Fenn's treasure, I believed I could do it. I believe I could figure this out, just like a lot of people believed they could figure it out. And I was in areas that didn't have near the support of the answers that this one has, those formations and stuff. There was none of that, but there was Dorothy Hill, a Dorothy, which is Wizard of Oz stuff, and you know, and Dorothy in her shoes, and you've had it just like in the Wizard of Oz. You've had it all along. You've been going out and getting the witch's broom and doing all this stuff when it wasn't necessary. You had it with you. You had the secret with you all along. Just click your shoes together. They're cutting, but not wood. No, Mitzi. Are those balloons or peppers? They look like balloons. The moon. The moon and the bird. Yeah. Okay, I'll show you something, because very few people are going to watch this to the end. Very few people watch this video all the way. Most people can't handle the time it takes. And Bill Gorman, the secret is Bill Gorman's stuff is his videos. Some of them are long, and some are long, and some of the best points are in the end of the video. But I'm looking. Where is it? I got a picture I got to show you. I should have these things, because I think of it while I'm doing the video, so I slow it getting there. Where is that photograph? You see what people don't know is that hat with the hole in it. That hat in the hole with it, that's a Gus hat. What made Gus hat famous? Lonesome Dove. Lonesome Dove. Okay, well, what's that picture of? A dove in the crescent moon. So, Lonesome Dove. And what's in the background? Moon Valley. There's the dove in the moon. The dove in the valley of the moon. Oh no, the Masons are on the other side of the hill from there. There's where do you go in the mountains and you see a Masonic sign on the hillside? There's only one place, I know. There's only one place I ever seen with neon Masonic sign on the side of the hill. I gotta let him out. He'll bug the hell out of me. All that dog comes in here for is food and drinks. But, you know, if I leave him in the car to go into the doctor's or whatever, and I'm walking away from the car, he's, oh, you're leaving me. But he can walk out and go out there chasing rabbits all day long, and it doesn't bother him, you know, that he's left me. So, yeah, yeah, he just turned 2, I believe. There's a van on the horizon, like 2-3 miles away out there. I can see the cars on the highway 4 miles away. I can see probably 10 miles of the highway from here. He's trying to be a sweet bird after he bit me. Yeah, don't worry. That's 14 in dog years. Yeah, he's a teenager. He'll wise up. He ain't got no girlfriends around here. Oh. Pain pills starting to take effect. And I've got to fix something to eat. And it's almost 2.5 hours. And you know about the lonesome dove in the valley of the moon. And that's not the, it's a little ways from where the treasure spot, but it's one of those things like Treasure Mountain that get you in the area, you know, like the gypsies and stuff that gets you in the area. But there's a lot of blazes out there. And so I gotta fix my dinner. I'm getting hungry. And I gotta go pee, and I'm not gonna do that online. No live peeing. Yeah, was it? Really? Well, the campground's here. Right next to the moon and the dove, right next door to each other. And I've asked them at Moon Valley if they've heard of Forrest. They never heard of Forrest Fenn at Moon Valley, people that run that. I was looking for a winter spot. Oh, we don't have any RV spaces for winter. Oh, because they charge like $700 a month for a place to park and hook up. That's why I couldn't afford a house, because I can't afford $700 a month for payments, because I got to buy food too. Oh, here, the only reason somebody can go straight to it is because the promissory note is given to the winner in his will. His will, you know, lawyers will contact, you know, he's got legal people that already know that who's the winner, probably. you know, and they're in on it, and they have a legal binding contract that they can't say anything. They can't get involved. Their families can't get involved, and things like that. And you know, it's kind of like that T-shirt contest. The person with their last name's a single letter. You know, they can't. Nice folks with the park ranger offices. Oh yeah, I know that Buffalo Cowboys cowl I have. I showed it to the Forrest law enforcement officer for that area, and he said, "Yeah, you can keep that. And if you find the treasure, you can keep it too." So, you know, boom. It's all these people worried about. Oh no, no, they won't do that. He gave me his word that I can keep it if I find it in his forest, because he doesn't think it's there. And if it's in a vault at the museum, it's not in the forest. It's these ancient artifacts. Forrest doesn't have to worry about the legal ramifications because it's not on somebody's private property or in a national forest. Or it's the proxy items, the ancient artifacts that depict his stories that are the trove that you seek. Nowhere in the poem does it say he left the treasure. He's hinting at it. I'm hinting that and if you solve these riddles and clues and all that, then you can go home with it. It doesn't say that you'll find it. You'll go home with it. It's the prize. It's the door prize. And I found both doors. And Forrest knows the area I'm at, but you know, most people, he'll say, "Oh yeah, it's right. You're real close." But me, he's like afraid to say anything. Well, I got to just deny it. Oh no, I never heard of that before. Oh no, I've never been there before. It's like bullshit. Because Leo Salazar took you here, and he showed you where Moses was. And even in the book, he says, Leo Salazar said, that's the other book. That's where Moses received the 10 Commandments. So where? It's not the statue, the wood sculpture of Moses is not a where. Okay, that's not a where. That's an it. For a where, so I don't misquote. I never really misquote. I might say it a little differently, but it's not really misquoted. That's where Moses received the 10 Commandments. And big quotes, Leo said, as he spoke like some kind of omnipotent religious guru. His words were for lessons at any Sunday school. And if you're talking about the learning curve and lessons, for any Sunday for I'm not religious. So people say, oh, if it says something religious, it's nothing to do with Forrest because he's not religious. Spiritual people, they just don't follow the religion to its what its fanatics say. Yeah, there's religious fanaticism and stuff, and some people are overly religious and stuff, and they're trying to pass their religion on to somebody else or confirm that person. Are you in the same belief as me? Are you a backstabbing, hypocritical Christian? Or are you a head-chopping Muslim? You know, one or the other. backstabbers or off with the head type religion. No, I'm not either of those. I'm spiritual, but it doesn't mean I don't know who the fuck Moses is. My fourth great grandfather and fifth great grandfathers were both Moses. Moses Hinman Sr. and Moses Hinman Jr. Forrest is paying respect on the quest. 7 miles right before Tenji Pass. I don't know where Tenji Pass is, so I know it's not near the treasure. That's all I know, because I know the treasure's near where I am. But no, Moses was 72. He wasn't 900 years old. He was 900 moons old. He was 72. 900 moons. There's 13 moons to a year. 13 months to a year. And some religious fanatic got rid of the 13th month and made these months that aren't 28 days each. The months were moons. A moon was a month, and that was 28 days, and there were 13 months to a year. Just like they recently came up with the astrology was they decided, oh, there's not 12 signs, there's 13. Oh, okay, well, there's not 12 months, there's 13 months. And actually, the new year was the spring equinox, was the new year. Thoth, his number was 31. And my number is 31. My mother was 31. We had 31 birthdays together. My birthday can be turned into 31, 31, 31 with the numbers that are in it. I've just got the numerology that says I'm the omnificent guru that found Moses, knows about the fire escape, found the stout-hearted men, knew that the stout-hearted men the guy has black pants from going down the fire escape. I've got it figured out. Forrest won't admit it. But he could. I don't know if he could. You know. I'm ready whenever, Forrest. And if you see me disappear from doing videos, it might mean that something's happened, and I've got it. Forrest is number one. What are you talking about, number two? DeCall is number two. His hat's full of shit, and it pours out his mouth. Our men that worked in hard conditions. Oh, give me one, we'll make it 10. Give me 10, we'll make it 100. Give me 100, we'll make it 1,000. And when we got 1,000, we'll make it 10,000. The more stout-hearted men join in, you know, come on, stout-hearted men. I did hope to go to Fenn because I wanted to a nice surprise for Forrest, and I was going to have an arrangement with some of the other guys, some stout-hearted men. I was, you know, to show up there. You know, we're going to have to have a I guess a secret powwow if I do go down to Fenn. If I do go, I'll be there one day, because I'm not taking. There ain't nowhere to take my motorhome within 70 miles of the place. You know that. Well, I can't afford RV parks, and all of them are full too, and it's just terrible to try and go to Fenn with an RV, because the organizers have all the RV spaces reserved for themselves. They were all grabbed before the date was announced. You know. That's not me. In the box, there's two emeralds, uh, or two bracelets, two sapphires, two. There's probably two of each coin, two frogs, two. You know. So are there two treasures? There are two treasures. There's that treasure, and there's the treasures that are blazes. The ancient archaeology stuff is treasures. Rocks are treasures. His arrowhead is a treasure to him. But the treasure chest, lid closed, is not necessarily a trove. So you're looking, my trove for all to seek, his trove of blazes and his stories that are carved in the canyon walls. And I got more than 10 of more than 12 of them. And I got other stories that are, not even in his books. And basically, like they say, the future's already been written. Yeah, it's up there. All his story, his things that he can relate. Oh, wow, man, that reminds me of Skippy's little contraption, helicopter contraption. He calls it, I think in the book, he even calls it a gearbox. And he said washing machine or gearbox, but it is a gearbox, and it's triangular shape off the back of a tow truck that fell down the hill. And the parts are strewn all over. And if you're somebody that collects scrap metal and stuff, there's some big aluminum rails there, like from the side of a semi-truck trailer or something, just long. I might go back and get that, because that would I can make some art out of that big chunk of aluminum, just cutting the little eyes out of it. Every slice you can make another eye. Oh, can't move that arm anywhere. Oh, fucking hurt myself again. This is 2 weeks before I see the doctor and heal up. But I wish the doctor would have told me, well, okay, this is what we said we were going to do, and this is what we actually did. He's making me wait till April 9th to tell me that. He should have told me, like, if he stitched my bicep tendon back together or something, did a repair on that. I need to know that, because then I need to take extra care. Just shaving the bone off, there's not a lot, it doesn't, it's mostly the holes in that shaved bone, and you'd want a little movement to keep that smooth and keep another bone spur from growing out there. You want to move it so that it doesn't grow back, I think. I don't know if that bone spur grows back again, then I'm going to say, hey, put a plate over it this time, Licenses, hot tub, gifts, licenses, and Wi-Fi. I had to go check in one night there anyhow. Yeah. Go stay there one night. Cabin 4. Oh, look outside the back window where Reagan went out, right? Oh, his shoulder. Okay, I'm done. Oh, have a great weekend. I turned 61 in 2 days. I tell people I'm not an April Fool. I'm not. I was supposed to be born on the 30th. my mother was in ready to deliver and stuff, and the doctor said, "Well, it's your birthday tomorrow." Stuck her with a shot, and I was born on my mother's birthday. So I don't know if my birthday is astrologically the 30th or the 31st, but yeah, thanks, Richard. That's right down the road. Your spot's down the road. I gotta look at because now if Mount Blanca is Mount Sinai and Moses, and I don't know, that's more than 2 blocks. I think Moses went right down to. He got to the burning bush, pulled the fire escape, went down the fire escape, 2 blocks down the road to the cemetery. 8 hours, 2 days, get some movement into the shoulder. Yep. Oh, I when I lay in bed, I always got to lay on this shoulder, yeah, or I can't really lay on that shoulder, and yeah, no birthday cake. Well, if somebody wants to get me a birthday cake and have me pick it up at the city market in Alamosa, just let me know. Thank you. But I'll accept birthday cakes and gifts. P.O. Box 291, Del Norte, DELNORTE, Colorado 81132 is my P.O. box. Buy a cake. No, I'm going to go probably a Mexican restaurant for dinner tonight or tomorrow night. And yeah, they can give me a free dessert for my birthday. It will spoil the P.O. box. Oh, no, I didn't say it was put a cake in a P.O. box. No. No. The city market, they're the same as King Supers and Fred Meyer's and what are they down there? Smith's and Kroger. That's all city markets, the same chain. It's the grocery store. They got a Safeway in town too. Either one. I can go to either one. But I gotta pee, so I'm gotta let you go. So I gotta use other hand, okay? Gosh, can't even use my right hand to push the X button. X. Oh yeah, I saw something about the X. I'll bring that up next time. See ya.